Friends, welcome to our sixth series of this reflection on retreat about our vocation, a call to walk with Christ on his way to the cross. Now, we are going to talk about the fourth station. The fourth station, Jesus meets his afflicted mother. Here we are talking, or we are going to reflect about personal meeting. Now, back to our text, verse 18. As he was walking along the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother. Jesus sees the two brothers. It's a personal look that penetrates to the hearts of Simon and Andrew. Likewise, a short distance away, he goes to see the other brothers, James and John. Remember, there were also these Greeks who were in the temple to worship, and they asked uh, these disciples um, that they wanted to see Jesus. This seeing is an exchange of glances or crossing of the eyes, and this seeing transcends even words. That's why in seeing Jesus, those Greeks afterwards, we are not told what they said afterward or whatever happened, but it is Jesus who talked all through about his falling down as a grain so that life can come out as he will be elevated. Back to our reflection here, Mary gazes Jesus, and Jesus also looks at Mary. Both of them look at each other, and the gaze of Mary and that of her son towards his death is beyond speech. The two, Mary and Jesus, do not speak to each other; they just look. It was a personal encounter that made Mary to remember the words of the old Simon, who told her that a sword will pierce your soul, so that the thoughts of many may be revealed. Luke chapter 2, verse 35. Luke 2:35. Actually, thanks to this personal encounter of Mary and Jesus, that our thoughts were revealed in our encounter with the Lord. Our thoughts are opened up when we meet the Lord. This is conceivable by the response to God's call. Mary is the model of this clear answer that she gave, what we now normally call fiat, and she did it with a lot of joy. Here I am, the servant of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word. Luke chapter 1, verse 38. Luke 1:38. There was a personal encounter between Jesus and his disciples, of course. And these disciples whom he called, of course, he must have known them before. And of course, when he was calling them, there was this personal encounter. And this personal encounter continues up to today. Why? Because he continues to call you and me as Christians to follow him. For this personal encounter to happen, there must be precise time and place. These are two necessary factors. But be aware, there are certain things or attitudes that prevent this personal encounter with the Lord to happen in your life, to happen in my life. These may include, among many others, One, disordered love of self. Read that in Matthew chapter 16, verse 24 to 25. Matthew 16, 24 to 25. Disordered love of self. I said, you can love yourself, but there is that disordered love. You can read it from Matthew 16, 24 to 25. Secondly, exaggerated family concern. Mark chapter 10, verse 29 to 30. Family concern is very good, very good. We all come from families. We must take care of our families. But there is that exaggerated family concern. Read that in Mark 10, 29 to 30. Third, being too concerned with the life of others to the point of even accusing them. Concern for others is very good. But when we are we have that too much concern for others to the point of even accusing them. Read that in Luke chapter 10, verse 41 to 42. And fourth, being too much preoccupied by ephemeral material things, the material things that pass away. Having material things, goods, is very good. It's very good. They help us. Like now, it's material good that help me communicate with you. But being too much preoccupied with it, that is now the obstacle. When we have true personal encounter with the Lord, just like Abraham did, our father in faith and a friend of God, as we read in Isaiah 41, verse 8, Isaiah 41, verse 8, and Genesis chapter 18, Abraham, left God to guide him. Now, after having this personal encounter with God, like Abraham, we will leave God to guide us. This trains us to become perfect like the Father himself is perfect. Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Do you have time? Do you have a place that you meet with your God? You have personal encounter with God? Thank you very much for being with me in this sixth series. We shall meet in the seventh series, where we shall see the sixth station, Veronica wiping the face of Jesus. And there we shall talk about perfection. I hope you'll not miss it. Have a blessed time. Thank you.